everyone. This is Candace and welcome back to day 3 of my Health and Wellness 100-Day Self-Challenge. And I am still coming up with a better name for it than that. But anyways, today's a little bit different because I actually got home way earlier than last night and the day before just because of my schedule. And so I was looking and the weather, this is perfect fall weather for tomorrow's equinox because tomorrow's the autumnal equinox and the first official day of fall. And so I'm looking outside and it's this nice cool down weather in comparison to the 90s. And I know some of you have worse than that. So, but still, it's been hotter out here than normal. And so I am just enjoying the cool weather and cozied up in my sweatshirt and just going to take advantage of resting this evening and just doing some reading, maybe listening to some music. And of course, obviously, I'm super excited to finish editing my video and putting it out there. But yeah, so today's a little bit different. I haven't quite finished the routines. This is not really a review of the whole day, but you know what? That's okay because I'm still experimenting and figuring this all out. So for today, my check-in for the 5 main areas of health. Well, so for physical health, I weighed in this morning and I've lost 1.8 pounds. Woo! Okay, so 388. I think that's the number. I've got it at the end of the video. And of course, along with that, I have been increasing my water intake. So today I've already had, oh, by the way, this is my gigantic half-gallon-ish size water bottle. And then this, of course, is my shaker bottle. So what I've been doing is I have been mixing my MetaPowder Advantage in here in the morning and taking this and then also taking this because sometimes I get in my office or I get somewhere and I'm so busy, but I've run out of water and I don't necessarily have the time to get up and go. And I know it sounds like it's not that far, but when you're right in the middle of like an email or sending something back to a parent, because I'm a teacher, or sending something to a student or something that has to get done and you're like, okay, I'll go later. Well, it's easy to just keep pushing it back and back until you just forget to go get any water. And so for me, having a giant water bottle there is one, a really super good motivator to remind me to drink water, but also so that I can just easily refill it. And there's a few refills in that. And so that's why I refill this with just water as I go. And then I also have this for lunch to do my second MetaPowder Advantage powder packet sachet thing. And so I've had close to I'm almost finished with my half-gallon water bottle. And then I've had 2 others of the my 18-ounce water bottle. So I am doing pretty good on that. I still could be doing better, but that's far better than I've been doing for a while, and it's been definitely helping me a lot. So then also my other goal has been on sleep because the last couple nights I've not gotten to bed. At least I've had a restless and not been able to actually fall asleep until past midnight, and that's not good because I get up early and probably part of the reason, I'm adjusting from my trip, but I want to fix that because what I don't want to do is get in bed at like 10, but then actually be up and down and not able to really fall asleep until later. So my goal tonight is to get to bed between 9 and 10 o'clock so that I can get up early in the morning for drama rehearsal because we do drama rehearsal at 7 a.m. And then I have been also coming up with a goal of movement. So because I am a teacher and we have our bells, what I'm trying to do is every time that bell rings, at least every hour that it rings, I'm trying to get up and walk around, at least do a lap, at least do some kind of movement, stretch, get up and move. If I am in another area of the building, like where I'm not hearing the bell as much, then I am trying to set an alarm or at least look at the clock every hour and get up and move just so that I have that. I'm getting that momentum. I'm not just sitting there like a log all day. And it's so easy to do when you're at a desk or, it's easy when you're teaching and you're up and moving and you're excited and you're doing stuff. But when you're actually just planning and or answering emails and all the different things that come with that, it's easy to just sit there and stay stuck. So those are a couple new goals and also a couple check-ins for what I've already been doing. Also, I'm trying to establish as I'm going along my routine to also intentionally exercise, not just move throughout the day, but also intentionally exercise throughout the week. And one of my favorite things to do is go on walks, but obviously on a day like today where it's rainy and it's, heavier rain at certain points, I also love to dance. And so for me, those are kind of my two main things, is dance and walking. And so I would say it's really great to find one or two things you can do. One, outdoors, because it's just great to be out in the sun and just soaking up that outdoor fresh air and the sunlight. But also when it's weather like this and we're shifting into fall, at least here, then it's best to have something you can do inside too. Or even early in the morning when it's dark out, as we get closer into winter, it's good to be able to have something to do. So that's kind of my check-in for physical. For mental and emotional, so those times where you think everything's set, you're ready to tell everyone that this is set, and then someone comes up and says, just kidding, I cannot do this. And you're like, I now have to fill additional spots, or I have to make this work. And it happens. And you know what? I am working on not letting that stress me out. I'm working on letting it, just realizing it's not the end of the world. I know what's the next step. I just say, okay, I'm going to go find whatever, I'm gonna find the solution to this. And I'm also, before I'm even gonna do that, I'm just gonna breathe. Maybe I'm gonna take a walk, let my mind kind of stop in its tracks, stop the stress cycle, and just say, I'm not gonna let this get to me. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Maybe I'm gonna inhale an oil, because I love oils again. So maybe I'm gonna grab something and inhale it, or I'm just gonna take a walk, take a breath of fresh air, or even do something else. So if that's stressing me at that moment in time, I'm gonna find something else to do. I have plenty of things to do on my to-do list, so maybe I just shift focus, realizing that I'll come back to it later. Or if I need a full break, maybe that's a moment where I go listen to some music, or sometimes I keep like a coloring book around, like an adult coloring book, which you're never too old to color, let me tell you that. And so maybe I do that, or sometimes I'll just journal down a thought, or, I have lots of sticky notes on my desk, so sometimes I'll just grab it and write a thought, or like a reminder to breathe, or whatever. So that was today. It was a little stressful, and you know what though, it worked out. And even if it hadn't worked out the way that I needed it to, it would have been okay. It wouldn't have been the end of the world, and there would have been a solution to it. So I am working on not being a perfectionist, and just taking it easy and realizing there's more to life than this moment, and I'm not going to let this moment ruin my day. So I'm working on that. I am not the best at that, but it's very important, especially in health and wellness and weight loss. And I mean, even beyond that, there are so many things of what stress, we're finding more and more how bad that is for us. And so just as a thing there, that was kind of my check-in for today on the mental and emotional side. And I think I'm doing okay. I'm now home, and I can curl up and read a book, and I can just be warm and cozy and enjoy the rain and just take it easy. Now, as far as spiritual, now there were some, I'm not saying everything was bad today. That was just kind of the mental and emotional check-in. For spiritual health, it was awesome because today is my study group day with my group of ladies that I just love, and they're so supportive. And we're right now going through a study by Christy McClelland called Jesus and Women in the First Century and Now. And if you have not done it, it is amazing. It is, as a woman, and as a woman who, this is what I believe, but I also struggle with things, and I have to reconcile some of the things that my own personal experiences and what I believe, and just there's challenges sometimes, and I'm open to those discussions. But this study has been amazing to look at the way Jesus turned things just not, well, I love the quote, and yes, I'm quoting here right now. I love when in our session we were watching it today of, he did not come to turn things upside down, but to turn them right side up, because I don't know, it's just amazing, and I could be talking about it for a long time, but I love the way she does things and how she helps us look and contextualize what was going on as a historian, as a history teacher. It is important to me that we know the context of a moment and understand that, yes, this is applicable to us in our culture today and to us today, but that it has an original context too, a historical and cultural context. And it's hard a lot of times for us in the West to realize that though we can take so many things out of the Bible and even other books and commentaries and studies, but that the Bible was written from a Middle Eastern perspective, and culturally that is very different than what we experience in the West a lot of times. And so anyway, so that was just to tell you that we're going through this study, but beyond that, the aspect of having women who I can sit down and study with and share life with and know that they're praying for me and I'm praying for them. And it would encourage you that no matter what you believe, no matter what you are doing, that you explore, be open to exploring and to doing studies with people, finding people you trust and who are going to be willing to have hard conversations with you that maybe are controversial, but to understand that just because you don't agree doesn't mean that you can't be friends and that you can't love each other and you can't have community. So anyways, that's kind of that aspect of both spiritual and social. But anyways, it's been such a fantastic study. We've done it before, but I get new things out of it every time I do a study. So no matter how many times I've done something, you always learn new things. And if you stop learning, that's when you want to be concerned. You should always be in a learning mindset. Maybe that's the teacher coming out from me, but that's my belief. Also, I think it's important to take time in the morning and the evening to contemplate and to sit and to think and to pray and to listen to music or whatever it is that helps you best, I think is what we should be doing. So that's kind of how today went, and it was really nice to have that. As far as social, let me just tell you, laughter is so important. All of us have work situations that no matter how much we love our jobs or our business or whatever we do, there are moments that are tough, and sometimes you just need that side-splitting, tear-inducing laughter. And today I had so many instances of that by just sitting in the teacher's lounge. And as I was working, different people coming through, eating their lunches quickly and then going, and then, sometimes coming in and just sitting there and sharing just the fun and the joy and sometimes hardships too, but fun and laughter. And that is so critical for me. I definitely need my people who, when I have a planning period or a time off, that I can sit and actually talk to them about. And one thing I love is that my fellow history teacher, one of my fellow history teachers has one of the same planning periods I do, and then my other drama teacher has one. So that is super helpful to be able to hang out with them and bounce ideas back and forth. So that's kind of a really quick check-in for today. It has been a good day overall, and I am hoping to do some more on the upcoming. I still am low on groceries because of I haven't gone out to the store yet since I got back on Sunday from my trip, and so I am hoping to do some more things about like food and nutrition as we go along, because that's going to help me too. That'll motivate me to be going back to fixing the meals that I like and the meals that are healthier for me and those kinds of things. So, but that's it for today, I think. I just wanted to check in, and this is day 3, and there's some great improvements, but I'm also formulating more ideas going forward, and I am so excited to share those with you guys as we go along. And I hope that you have a beautiful day and you get to enjoy the evening wherever you are and relax, take a bit of a break, and have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you tomorrow. So, bye. Love you all.